Alright, so recently OpenAI released their open source models, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can use both of the open source models in n8n within any of your workflows, and also I'm going to show you how you can use this one absolutely for free. These open source models from OpenAI have been long awaited. They're fantastic because our information is not being sent to OpenAI. One thing that got me a little bit anxious a couple weeks ago was Sam Altman saying they can and they will give any of our chat logs to the government if needs be. I don't have anything to hide, but that does make me feel just a little bit uneasy. So let's look at how we can use both of these two models. So we have two models. We have the 120 billion parameter model and the 20 billion parameter model. If you're unaware with what parameters are, it basically is a proxy for how intelligent the model is. The 120 billion parameter model is going to be very intelligent, but it is larger. The 20 billion parameter model is less smart, but it is smaller, which means it can run on laptops or desktops. These models are also reasonably smart. If we look down here at the benchmarking, we can see that they are pretty comparable to these two here, which are, that's a reasoning model, and this is, O4 mini. This is also another reasoning model, but these are paid models. But you can see that these are a little bit lower, but not massively low, so it's still decent. So let's get into how we are using this. In fact, if we scroll down here, we can see one of their deployment partners is OpenRouter, and that is what we're going to be using in this tutorial. So if we go over to n8n and I create a first step, and I'm going to just go on chat trigger because we're not going to do anything fancy. We're just going to create a chat within here. This isn't a tutorial on how to create a fancy agent. This is how we can connect the open source model. We're going to go on AI agent, and this is the part which matters. So on chat model, we want to click on add, and we want to type in OpenRouter. And you can see a node which looks like this, or a chat model that looks like this. Now, I already have credentials, but you may not if you haven't used OpenRouter before. So in order to set them up, what you want to do is come in here. You want to click on create new credential, and then we want to go to openrouter.ai, and you'll see a website that looks like this. Now, let me explain what OpenRouter is. Essentially, OpenRouter allows you to connect to lots and lots of different AI models from lots of different providers. As you can see here, you can connect to Gemini by Google, ChatGPT by OpenAI, or Claude 4 by Anthropic. And these are just some examples. In fact, if we go back over to n8n, let's close this a second and see with my account connected, I've got access to all of these models here, just like so many models from, like Llama. We've got some that I don't recognize. We've got Gemma from Google. We've got DeepSeek. We've got Claude. We've got, I think there's like Kimi K2 in here, just Quen, there's just loads in there. And it means that rather than having to set up a new node every time that there's like a new provider that comes out, and then have to enter your API keys in, and then you have to deal with the billing and having to put extra credit on Anthropic, but also put credit on Google, you can just put credit and set up the APIs with OpenRouter, and OpenRouter handles everything. It's really nice, really simple. They've also got some other features, but I won't go into those today. So create your account, and when you do, you want to come to your account and go on keys. When you go on keys, you'll be able to go on create API key, give it a name. I'm going to call it delete, as I want to delete this. You can give it a credit limit if you want to. I'm going to leave it blank. There are also some advanced settings, but I'm just going to go on create. That gives you the key. Come on over to n8n. Let's create a new credential. Here we go. Enter that in here. Go save, and we get that nice connection tested successfully. And I'm going to call this test. There we go. Okay, so then if we close this, we can see that once we've got that connected, we have access to all of these models, including if we go OSS, we can see we've got three options. We've got a 120 billion parameter model, the 20 billion, and the 20 billion, but a free version. Let's go over the 120 first. Let's just see that in action. So we can open up the chat and say, hello, give me a joke. And it should, there we go, very quickly actually. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make everything up. Haha, very funny. So there we go. We can also connect, some simple memory, and we can add some tools to it as well, CRM or emails or Google Drive, whatever we want to connect it to. But let's have a look at in fact, let's go to the 20 billion one first, and then we'll have a look at the free one. So if we save this and we redo the chat and say, tell me a joke about pirates, send it off, we're probably going to see Well, I expected it to be a little bit slower, but actually that was really quick. And you can see if we go into the log, we can see, open this up, go into the logs, if we open this up here, that this was in fact the 20 billion model. So, you know, really quick, even though it's just a 20 billion parameter model, which is dramatically cheaper to run on OpenRouter. I'll show you that in just a second. First, what's the joke? Why don't pirates go to strip clubs? Because the only K they'd ever wear is Captain K for Knuckle. I don't get it. I don't get it. Let me see if they can explain it to me. Am I just being stupid? Okay, I don't think it actually makes any sense at all. So even though the 20 billion parameter model was quick, it looks like it just creates a load of nonsense. I have used it before though, actually, and it generally is pretty good, but it does have some slip-ups like this. Let me run another one and just say something like, what is photosynthesis? And send that off, and it should be able to give me a fairly good description of what photosynthesis is without making anything up. So the basics, yep, chloroplast, I remember that from biology. Yep, chlorophylls, I remember that as well. So yeah, it's getting it. So now let's have a look at the free model. So if we open this up and we go on here and we go on OSS and we go on free. Now, this is free to use. There are some limits though. If we go over to OpenRouter, let's close this. And if we go on privacy, so in order to be able to run free models, you have to enable two things, which is essentially you have to disable privacy. You have to enable training and logging, and you have to enable providers to potentially publish your prompts. So you can use these models for free. However, you do not have any privacy at all. And part of the reason that we like open source models is because of the privacy, or the more privacy that it gives you. So let's go over and let's use the free model, open it up. Let's get rid of this and say, explain nuclear fusion to me. I'll send that off. This is the free model. I'm going to show you in just a second. If we click here, we can see this is the free model here. And we are going to get a decent response, hopefully. Hopefully it's not going to be like the pirate joke. Yep, there we go. In a nutshell, nuclear fusion is a process that powers the sun and a hydrogen bomb, etc., etc. There we go. So it does give relatively good outputs, especially for being free, but you do lose the privacy. So that is something you're going to have to weigh up, and it depends upon what sort of application you are trying to build and with whose information you're playing with. If you're using like clients' information, or if you're using very sensitive information, you obviously do not want to share that with everyone and enable people to publish that information. So you wouldn't want to use this. But if you're using this internally with data that's not important, then you may say, actually, let's use this because it's free, and free is great. There are also some limits, but they're pretty generous. So there we go. That is how you can integrate open source models from OpenAI into your n8n agents, your workflows. You can build anything that you want with these models from OpenAI. You can even use it for free using OpenRouter. You can of course create way more powerful agents than just this little example one, ones that actually do things. It really is limitless. If you've liked this video and you do want to learn more about AI agents and how you can build them for your business or for other people's businesses, then I do have a mastermind, a community you can come over to, and within here you can get any feedback, get support upon building agents, but also learn things such as how AI is most efficiently applied to a business to actually make that business more profitable, learn AI foundations, learn about n8n, have a load of templates, over 2,000 templates. Anyway, I'll leave a link down in the description. You can go check it out if you want to. That's it from me. Hope you've liked the video. Subscribe if you do want to see more like this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.